play a game today called Defend the Owner and Blame the Owner, and let's start with the latter, blame the owner. The Raiders fired Antonio Pierce. I would have not fired Antonio Pierce. They are now, as a franchise, paying 4 coaches. They're paying John Gruden still, Josh McDaniels still, Antonio Pierce, and probably in the next 2 days, a 4th coach.
Okay, that's a little misleading. I'm sure they paid out Gruden and probably paid out McDaniel. Those guys are probably paid out. Yeah, they had contracts, and they would still be coaching today if their contracts. But I think that's a little misleading. Those guys were probably paid out.
That'll be official. They'll hire somebody else. I assume they'll have another coach. And they've tried every path. The owner wanted to hire a legend who'd been out of the sport for a while, John Gruden. Didn't work. They tried to hire Josh McDaniels, the whiz kid from the dynasty. That did not work. And then they thought, well, we're going to keep the interim coach, who's a former Raider and loved by players. And I didn't know if it would work, but I still would have kept him on, and Antonio Pierce got fired. So for the record, he was 9-17, but I thought the Raiders, considering their quarterback situation, played close games. I mean, they beat Mahomes and Reed in Arrowhead last season with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback. And they were a block kick away from beating Mahomes and Reed this year in Arrowhead with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback. I mean, Andy Reid in his division with a better quarterback. Jim Harbaugh in his division with a better quarterback. Sean Payton in his division with a better quarterback. I mean, they were 3-1 in division last year, and almost all their games in division were close. He even beat the Ravens this year in Baltimore, and Lamar Jackson with Gardner Minshew. So I don't think it's an Antonio Pierce issue. But we all know being the Raiders head coach is not a job, it's a residency. 12, 15 months, get some cash, be on your way. This is a classic example where we are blaming the coaches and often blaming the GMs, and that's not the issue here. You tell me the great candidate for this job right now. Ben Johnson, you think with this carousel of coaches, he's putting the Raiders on his list?
Okay, stop right there before we go in, because I don't know who the candidate's going to be. Let's talk about this for a second. What do you want? What do you want the Raiders to do? Do you want to keep this guy around another year and not get a quarterback and just have the same thing happen, or do you draft a quarterback and you're still going to struggle because you have a rookie quarterback and you have Antonio Pierce and a rookie quarterback? I don't know what you want to do. I think it's best to just start over. And you brought in Tom Brady into the ownership group. You got to let Tom Brady handle this. That's why you brought him in. You don't think that coaches and coordinators and whomever are going to take a phone call from Tom Brady? Yeah. You had 3 quarterbacks this year, and they're all garbage. And your team is playing 3 offensive juggernauts. Of course you had to make a change. The whole thing needs to be changed. The whole thing needs to be blown up. The whole thing needs to be blown up in Las Vegas. Start over. And you're always going to sell out games because you're the Raiders. But if you want to be competitive and you got to start over and let Tom Brady handle it, because you brought him in for a reason. Let Tom Brady do his thing. Let Tom Brady call some people. Bring in some guys. You don't think talent wants to go to Las Vegas? Trust me, they're probably the number one destination for free agents. I would have to argue that it's the Raiders. You get to go live in Las Vegas. You don't have state income tax. You don't have state property tax in Las Vegas. I have to imagine free agents are chomping at the bit to sign with the Raiders. It's probably the most attractive head coaching position in the league. Of all the vacancies, this one is probably number one for every reason. You've got now if they were still the Oakland Raiders playing in Oakland, I could see free agents not wanting to play in Oakland. I could see coaches not wanting to move to Northern California. But these are the Las Vegas Raiders now. You're playing in Las Vegas for all those reasons I said. Players want to play, coaches want to coach, and Vegas is a very attractive destination to attract the best coaches, the best players, the best front office. And you got Tom Brady, the greatest player who ever played the game, as part owner now. So, yeah, I'm getting rid of Antonio Pierce. Sorry, not sorry, Antonio. But you got to go. We got to bring in a new guy. We got to bring in a new era of Las Vegas football and turn this thing around. And we'll see what happens, but I disagree with Colin. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Another 4-13 season with Antonio Pierce and a rookie quarterback? No. Go out, get the coach, get the quarterback. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you have to go out and you have to blow the thing up and start over. And we'll see what happens. The other teams can't be good forever, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think. But I think Vegas is a very attractive destination for a head coach and for players. And if you're a fan of the Raiders, you know, all power to you, because it's hard to be a fan of a team that moved around like that. But if you're sticking with them, hang in there, because I think better times are ahead. They gotta be. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.